Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. On the last Let's Play, we continued on with the day, trying to see new things, and we went to the baths where Rune got drunk and told us, held out what Alon's thing was. We chose the other one where we told him to, like, hey, back down, and then, Alon left, and we continued on with the whole wobbliness of that night. But now we're trying the route, where I guess Rune is being a joke, and Alon jumps to attack. Hyena? Oh, did I say if you want to play this game, $5 a month, $54 a year on Patreon or free on itch.io. Hyena. Reset face. The echoing noises of the shattered glass and the feeling of dancing rippling over the water's surface finally snap me back to attention like a crack of whip. I catch a glimpse of Alon leaping over Rune's head, with pieces of the broken glass bottle flying through the air after Rune's successful parry of the wolf's strike with his wooden mug. Axe covers my face from the flying shards of glass as they fall into the water like hail, the myriad of tiny splashes playing over the wolf's snarl. Leaping through the sparkling cloud of glass dust, Alon kicks off the edge of the bath and backflips over our heads, tossing the three of his daggers at Rune, who effortlessly blocks him with his cracked mug. Wait, what? How could I let this escalate this far? What the heck is wrong with me? Alon, Rune, what the? Stay out of this, Luke. I try to reach out to Rune, but he swats my hand away, while rising from the water. If there was a point that I could have stopped him, it seems like it shattered along with the glass. Alon crouches, half covered in the shadows, protruding two of his daggers, and giving them a rapid twirl of his fingers, before holding them fast in a reverse grip. He prowls from side to side, his eyes locked on the huskies. In contrast to the tense, battle-ready Black Wolf, Rune walks on the cold floor with casual, silent confidence. The wet fur sticks to his powerful, naked body, while it droops down over the scarred muscles and bulging pecs, rock-hard abs, and his impressive groin. It trickles down his trunk-like legs, and other leg, if you know what I mean, ooh, and collects in a small puddle at his clawed feet, reflecting the moonlight like a mirror. The wooden mug is still in his hand, three daggers sticking out of it. It leaks ale out of the thin cracks, wetting the wet husky's hand. Amrine Moon, sentinel of shelter, an enemy of the world. Your enemy. He brings the mug to his mouth and drinks the remaining booze, with the stink legs inside. So sharp they cut his whiskers on the slightest contact. Let this be your final duel, Wolf. It will be. In the blink of an eye, Alon closes the distance to Rune, striking at the husky's neck. However, sparks fly overhead. Instead of blood, Rune holds one of the daggers from the mug in a proper straight grip, parrying the wolf's strike with wood and steel. You should really stop giving me weapons. Have all those losses taught you nothing? Alon's eyebrows furrow as the two fighters deflect each other's strikes with wide swings of their arms, completely shattering the mug into a cluster of wooden splinters. The two remaining daggers toss to the side among them. The wolf jumps back and into the air, narrowly avoiding a stab at his leg. He twists through the air, sending four more daggers at Rune's face, easily deflected by the dagger in the husky's hand. The four parry daggers in the air, and two more line at his feet. The husky remains, as seems to have plenty of blades to spare. He swings the dagger in his hand at the wolf, aiming to strike the opponent before he can recover midair. But Rune hisses in pain. He swings his arm, yet the dagger doesn't leave his grip. He growls as a series of barbed spikes shoot out from the handle, digging into his bloodied palm and sealing a hold on the weapon. A trap dagger? The dog growls in pain, but then scoffs in a patronizing way as the wolf kicks himself off the wall, charging at Rune. The husky takes a wide stance to meet his opponent, With the weapon, he can't discard anymore. It makes no difference. His confident blue eye seems to speak, as the claws in his feet trace over the smooth floor, putting the whole body into a movement for perfectly calculated finishing strike. And yet, at that most crucial moment, when Rune's blade is about to sink into the side of Alon's chest, the husky's hand inexplicably jerks down, breaking his balance. For just a split second, I finally see it, a blinking shine of a hair-thin thread following from the tip of the dagger in Rune's hand, now jerked down into the floor under the sole of Alon's foot. The look on Rune's face, I've never seen him like this, not in a battle. He's surprised. I learned. Before Rune can even blink, Alon leaps and drives his knee into his snout, sending the husky tumbling so hard the back of his head drives into the opposite wall, cracking a few times. Cracking a few tiles. I can read. Me and my two other friends stare at them from the bath, with our mouths agape in shock. Both Max and Burry give me a worried, unsure glances, as if asking if they should do something. Don't interfere. Rune stands back up, pieces of debris dusting the top of his head and blood dripping down his snout. He winces, trying hard to break the grip on the dagger, but the barbed spikes of the handle are lodged too deep. He slashes through the thread connected to the blade, but the material seems to be unaffected. You could have stabbed me. Why didn't you? Heh, guess I went easy on you, huh? The corners of Alon's mouth curl into a faint smirk at Rune's open irritation, basking in his short moment of triumph. If I were to guess, that could possibly be the first time he's ever landed such a clean hit on Rune. He better have a follow-up plan. Oh yeah? Well, I'll go on you easier, you pink-knotted father hecker. That doesn't make any... The husky leaps at the wolf. More daggers fly through the air, easily deflected by Rune, as his biceps and forearm muscles bulge in full strength with each swing, overpowering any interference from the pulled string with his raw, unmatched strength. Fear returns to Alon's face as he dodges high up in the air, seemingly surprised by how ineffective his trump card turned out to be in the face of Rune's fully unleashed might. And the wolf isn't the only one who can come up with plans and schemes. On top of godlike strength, Rune possesses a lifetime battle experience. As he jumps after the wolf, he swings the dagger all around, surrounding Alon from all sides with the same thread. Before the wolf can escape, a powerful jerk of the husky's arm binds the panicked wolf in a tight knot. Ooh. You should have stayed in the grove. I don't know what Luke sees in you, but I've had enough of being looked down upon by the likes of you. Another strong pull brings the two combatants to each other. The wolf is completely immobilized as the husky bares his fangs for a bite at the neck. Is this... me looking down on you? Are you hecking kidding me? Right before the two cannons collide, the wolf twists like a spring and severs the string binding them. He puts both of his hands on Rune's shoulders and uses the momentum to push himself off and over his head, free of his reach once again. Unleashed off the damn string, Rune leaps after him and puts all of his strength into another swing of his weapon, ignoring a faint, reeling noise coming from the blade in his hand. Some kind of mechanism rapidly reels the loose length of the string into the dagger, and something tiny flashing at the end of it, a small metal bead of some sort. The moment the last of the thread gets swallowed by the blade, the bead shatters against the metal into a gray, sparkling cloud of dust that sends Rune into a painful coughing fit and fills his eyes with tears. Alon predicted so many moves ahead. Huh. That's impressive. He stands on top of the hole in the wall, the freezing cold wind battering the trench coat, as he stares at us, heaving deeply. I think some of those metal particles must have reached him too, seeing as tears swell in his eyes the same way as in Rune's. You think you had it bad? I had it worse than all of you combined. None of you have any idea of the horrors and to endure because of all those things beyond my control. You're lucky. You can at least cry on each other's shoulders and pat yourselves on your backs? Yeah. But there's no one who could ever understand or pity me. All I get is ridicule and contempt. Are they still talking about his dick, or what? I'm generally not sure. Unable to swat the dust cloud away just by waving his arms, Rune finally snaps and pours magic into the blade, dispersing it with bursts of pure energy. Through the reflection of the water, I see the dust particles burst into magic red flames, visible to even me by my naked eye. They blaze across his fur, concentrating on his hand and the dagger. And you want pity for what? Even right now, I have to raise my head only to see you staring down at us. Rune kicks a heavy chunk of debris right at the cracked concrete under Alon's feet, breaking his balance right before leaping up to continue his assault. Watch as the two warriors exchange a fury of field blows, dancing and crumbling edge of the hole in Shilger's wall. Rune is at the clear advantage due to sheer monstrous power, and Alon can only barely outmaneuvering him each time with his speed, reflexes, and luck. At first, I thought about asking Burry and Max to help me break them apart. Only hearing the two canines shout at each other makes me reconsider. That's clearly something they have to talk through among themselves, with words or blades. Maybe this is what they needed? I always hate you for being here. If it wasn't for Luke, I would have chased you away long ago. You don't belong here either, you dumb husky. Or is this ice prison your idea of freedom? And what do you care, Wolf? Alon swings a stab at Rune's exposed side, but the husky kicks his feet and follows up with another strike to his torso, sending the wolf flying into the cold, open air. The dog leaps behind his prey, scanning his body for a suitable spot to plunge his dagger into. The canvas of the night sky glimmers with stars behind them. I once trusted the words of a wolf. He promised to keep me and my father safe. He swore we would all be free. But your cursed plan to dispose of him. You killed him. You killed Rudy too. That's all you do. You lie, destroy any spouts of good even among your own people, because you are all plain evil. Suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, two daggers sink into Rune's shoulder blades from behind. Familiar, thin moonlight, basque threads connected between the metal and Alon's sleeves. It's the two remaining daggers that he originally threw at Rune's mug at the start of the battle. He pulls them like a harness, charging both of his and Rune's trajectory midair, leaping for a counter-strike. You think I don't feel guilty about that? Just put my chicken over there. Yeah, sorry. But you're not the only one who suffered. If you want to make a difference, there have to be sacrifices. You can't save everyone. And that's the whole point, isn't it? If you don't keep us safe and free, then nobody will. Wait, if I don't. But you're not free. Shut up! Suddenly, unfortunately for Alon, the husky is a ridiculously fast learner. Improving from the previous attempt, he flails his whole body and entangles Alon in a web even faster and tighter than the last time. The moment Alon's limbs lock at his sides, Rune yanks him forward and drives the stump of his right arm into the wolf's stomach, making him spit and spray out drool, almost instantly freezing in the frigid wind. With a painful yelp, Alon detaches the thin threads from under the many folds of his clothing, reel back into the mechanism inside the daggers of Rune's back, with the familiar metal beads at the ends. But the wolf watches in shock as both tips of the blades pop out of the husky's shoulder blades, plucked off his flesh, with the dagger etched in his palm. No matter what Luke says, you do not belong here. Before Alon has enough time to regain control mid-air, Rune takes a deep breath and swings his whole muscular body with a series of blinding fast front flips and kicks. The first two kicks toss the bloody daggers into different folds of Alon's trench coat, lodge themselves in between the many hidden blades there. Then, right as the metal beads finish reeling in the blades, the final swing of the husky's leg dives the whole length of the titanium-hardened sheen into the wolf's guts. Ouch. An explosion of gray, sparkling cloud covers the bright moon behind them as Alon dives down like a shooting star, with the dust trailing behind him. The three of us shout in surprise, moving aside just before the wolf's body plunges right into the middle of the bath, splashing water all around like an explosion of a geyser. Rune lands on the top edge of the wall. His chest heaves, and his whole naked, ice-covered body trembles from extreme cold. I meet his eyes only for a short moment before he looks away with unease, jumping back down on the floor level. Oh man, it's kinda chilly, huh? Why don't you fish him out, and you take him away, so I can dip back in with you, and... Why are you looking at me like that? Come on, he attacked me first. Y'all saw it. Rune. Yes, mate? Come here. Get closer. Oh yeah, I think I got something stuck in my eye. Huh? Bad dog. Bad. Wait, bad. No, Luke. Don't say that. Listen. Rune, I understand you. I do. I have a bad history with wolves too. But both of you managed to keep your emotions in check all this time. Both of you or us? Yeah. Now, you suddenly act like an asshole, instigator, and bully. What the hell happened, Rune? Something must have, right? Nothing happened. It's just that the wolves are evil. You all know that. Are you upset because he was mean to you after sex and didn't want to be friends? What? Come on, don't be silly. Grumble, grumble. Or because he didn't let you not? Both. Wait, how do you even know about all that? Rune, Alon, what? Wait, and Alon, what? Dog almighty, I should have known. Doesn't matter. First things first, we should probably make sure he doesn't drown. With a flustered cough, Max dives into the deepest middle section of the bath, now stained with a spreading splosh of black from Alon's exploding gadgets. I still don't know if the water filtration works properly or not. It doesn't seem to be. After we retrieve Alon, maybe... Man, somebody's doing that inside my room. Maybe we should drain the water and refill it clean. But in the meantime, just get back in the water, Rune. You'll get seriously sick if you don't warm up. I'm good. Think I'm good. Thanks. It's okay. We're not angry at you. Come on, sit. But... He briefly points at Burry with his eye. The big dog sits and stares at the husky quietly. It's impossible to read him from his eye alone, but Rune must be feeling something very clear through empathy. Indeed, Rune, we're not angry, not even disappointed. After all, that would assume surprise. And it's exactly the sort of idiocy one would expect of you. Rune whines. Usually, you wouldn't expect him to argue back, but he's being particularly docile right now. He looks embarrassed. That's understandable. Regardless of what could have tipped him over the edge, I know that heated, mid-battle conversation they had surely came from the heart. If it had to take a whole dogfight to let their feelings out, I guess it's good it happened, but still. Guys? Max pokes his head from under the water, staring at us with urgency in his eyes. I can't find Alon. What? As expected, he is particularly well versed in sneaking away unnoticed after all. Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure he just needs some time alone. Let's go look for him tomorrow. And you'll have to apologize, Rune. Rune grumbles. In the meantime, I guess we should just sit down, relax, and try to forget about it. Even if we want to find him, he won't let us. Not until he wants to be found. Indeed. No, guys, listen. Look. Max swims towards the edge of the bath and swings Alon's drenched trench coat out on the cold, dry floor, making a few daggers slip out from under the folds. Soon, his shirt and trousers follow. All of his clothes still faintly sparkle with ominous metal dust at random spots. I can even see his eye patch floating over the water surface. What the? Don't approach it. You cannot be certain that other dangerous substances it may hold. But wait, if he took his clothes off, do you think he'll be fine wherever he is now? I always assumed he came through the hole in the wall, but that's dangerous. I bet it'll wet outside for only a short moment, and I already feel like all the warmth is drained from me. Did any of you see him leaving the water? I certainly didn't. Me neither. And no matter how good at stealthing he may be, there's no way I would miss that. We all stare at the water, at the black spot at the bottom of the deepest part of the bath, where he was flung into. There we notice a faint trail of blackness breaking off it and leading towards the far wall, where small pieces of debris from the shelter's damage are stacked up. I see. I motion my friends to stay back and wait, while we slowly and quietly approach the spot. Alon? Are you there? I'm coming in, okay? No, stay away. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm fine, damn it. Why is it gone? I know it's waterproof. Was it because of the explosive? Could it be? But no, I know it's not that. Definitely not that. Alon, I'm really sorry about Rune. And I'm sorry for not smacking him on the head the moment he opened his dumb horn mouth. I literally have no clue why I zoned out like that. It's fine. Go away. We're all worried about you. Rune is too. Right, Rune? I glare back at the husky. He was already half submerged in the water, and seeing my stare, he slowly goes down to the tip of his frost-covered ear, letting out bubbles of embarrassment. I don't care. Now, we just... Sorry, Alon. I know you're a strong, independent wolf, but I have to make sure you're not burnt or wounded. That explosion looked bad. I said, go away. I'll bite you. Ooh. That's kinky. I sit, and I sigh and sit down in the corner, only side glancing at the shadow under the rubble from the safe distance. The red of Alon's eyes shines through the darkness, but that's all I can see. Listen, I don't know you that well, but I generally care about you. You know that, right? You're saying you're not hurt, but you're acting weird. I think you're actually in pain, but you don't want to accept help. You're a prideful wolf. It's, it's not that. You won't understand. I definitely won't if you don't tell me what's wrong. I can help you. No, you can't. This curse, no one can help me. I will bear this mark to my dying breath. A curse? Red eyes, bright nose, fair beams and claws. Lightish red knot. Can you really not tell? Wait, no way. Are you actually in? Yes. Aw, that's adorable. It's not adorable. He's a white wolf. Would this be a thumbnail? Though granted, it would be a bit spoilery. And I did kind of spoil myself because I was like, wait, what are these memes all of a sudden in the spoilers chat? When I was chatting. I was like, exclamation marks. What's beans? Holy crap! Now we just have to wait for Max to hit one of these top corners and we're Gucci. Because he's kind of like one of those things you see on the DVD things. I guess it might be a bit old for that. Exclamation marks. Everyone, shut up. It's okay, Alon. It's okay. No, it's not okay. This is not who I am. I'm strong. I'm manly. I'm not Of course you're manly. You're the coolest, edgiest, meanest, most dangerous wolf I've ever met. Every time we speak in private, I fear for my life, like you're about to stab me, if I even look at you wrong. You're only saying that to make me feel better. No, I mean it. That's why we're just surprised, I guess. But not in a bad way. You look great, really. Very menacing, like a pale harbinger of death. Yes, exactly. Plus, the specific shade of fur is the perfect camouflage for snowy tundras. I guess, where we happen to be right now. I guess we're happy right now. Stop. You patronizing me is exactly what I don't want. What a cruel twist of fate. And on my very last night. Your last night? Alon raises his head and looks at all of us. I know, he's still the same old Alon. Just a bit of a color swap. He's a palette swap. And yet his silence feels more dignified in a way. Then he stares right at me. His two red eyes linger on mine. His eyebrows furrow in thought. I see. So that's how it is. Huh. Not so pure anymore, are you? Huh? I think you're ready now. Are you still curious? Yes, of course I'm curious. Please tell me. Alon sighs and slowly slips back into the hot water. I can't tell if this could be the ending or something like that. We'll see. Maybe. He sits down with his eyes closed, letting the silence and suspense linger. Yes, that's my Alon, with the usual knack for theatrics. My heart pounds my chest as all four of us stare back at the wolf in anticipation. Feels like we're about to witness something truly monumental. Whatever's gonna be, Alon's correct. I am ready. With his eyes still closed, he slowly takes a deep breath, and then he speaks. Fourth Howl. Listen to my tragic backstory. Call for honor? This may be our last chance. I feel like this is the ending. this route? Okay, cool, because I was literally going to be like, okay, we're going to start it right there, and it would be probably one of my most horrid new episode cuts, because I remember doing one where it was like at the end of one of the smoke room routes so far, and it would be like, okay, and then there's going to be this scene coming up. I won't spoil it. It's Murdoch's, and then I start it, and it's a quick scene, and it's like, and that's the ending. It's like, bugger. I thought this was gonna be the entire thing. Oh, woo, mate, was here. Thanks for playing the update. It was a picture of a husky. 4 years. 4 years of setup to make a joke. Oh, of him being albino? Holy crap, that must be the longest, most patient one I'll ever make in my entire life. Totally worth it. Oh boy, there's so much to talk about. I'll give you just a few pieces of Alon trivia before we pass. Ooh, gender swapped. I was really saddened when it came to that Beastars thing, where they had that one hot lady with the eye patch, and she was very short-lived. And the fact that that was the end of, and sorry for this, tangent, but that was the end of Beastars, because like, oh, okay, I'll wait till the next episode next week, and then I didn't hear about it for a bit, and then like down boy, and then was like, wow, the end of Beastars really sucked. I was like, wait, what? It ended? And then I went back. It's like, oh, hey, there's my name again. Boop, and I was like, oh, wow. It is amazing to have the ending to a manga be so underwhelming that you didn't even think that was the ending, you know? I thought it was just gonna start a new arc, you know? But anyway, sorry about that. Oh boy, there's so much to talk about. Give you a few pieces of Alon trivia. So for most of you already know, Alon E. Wolf used to be my D&D character for a campaign that didn't last too long, but was very rich in character moments. The whole concept of the character was to take all of the most infamous D&D character creation red flags, mesh them together, and then see if it's possible to make a character that's actually fun. What would be the character red flags? Like dark and mysterious? He's a rogue, a lone wolf, an edgelord. His backstory is very dark and mysterious, allegedly. I used the try-hard, raspy Batman-like voice for him to go along with all that. On the very character introduction, I started with something like, in the darkest corner of the wagon, you see a red-eyed, black wolf with a black leather trench coat, playing with a knife, one eye covered with an eye patch. I was fully prepared for that experimental D&D red flag character to be completely fail in the character's group dynamic, but he turned out to be my most fun PC character. Just the tiniest sparkle of self-awareness was all it took. When I put him into shelter, I had very similar fears. Just because he worked in D&D didn't mean he would work in a VN character, just another experiment, ready to be reassessed in case of failure. And holy heck, he turned out to be the best one. There's so much I'd love to tell you about him, but I should probably leave that for future updates credits. For now, I'll finish by telling you about one of the moments from this update. The grand reveal moment was the "it's not adorable, ooh ooh" shout. That was actually a conversation moment that happened between Alon and one of his traveling companions. Karen was played by Lane, and the artist for Sheath's Demons Within project. Demons Within. That's the one. I have done the visual novel for that, at least quick. Demons Within? Yeah. That's one with the face. Well, the intro was like, here's a face and here's a demon face. I feel like an hour really didn't get me too far into that one, you know? Because some of them, it's like, you can go pretty far into it, especially if it's only an hour. And then others, it's like, it's still like we're, well, it's still in the intro. Oh, I got some of that stuff on my back. Ooh, what did I get on my back? Ooh. Anyways, Kun was played by some guy from Demons Within Project, and is as a good tiger cleric boy. I miss him dearly. Thank you, Blaine, and everyone. I need more D&D with good people to create, and more fun characters. D&D is awesome. I'd like, oh yeah, go to Patreon. I'd like to do more of Baldur's Gate, you know, on my own time, but it's also kind of like, well, I tried to do this thing and I was way under-leveled, and I don't know what to run my characters up against. I guess to play that game, you should roll things and fail and then try and do your best, you know? Best have you. And last but not least, and I'll overstate my appreciation for the fantastic artists who've been creating and sharing the beautiful fan arts you can see above. Playing more than half a dozen consistently being Alon. Haha, looks amazing and is funny because purposely tried to make his design over the top and edgy as possible. I don't know, would. Anyways, so many unnecessary zippers, belts. God, it makes me think of that one character from Final Fantasy X. Why so many belts? That would be a pain in the ass to take off. I have kick-ass boots. People are like, that guy has kick-ass boots. But if I have to take him off, it takes me about 2 minutes to take off my boots. Well, per boot, so about 4 minutes, maybe. Anyways, eye patch, top it all off. Well, I guess if something is ironic, that doesn't mean it can't be cool, right? If anyone would like to add a new picture to this thing, go to Shotofi and check that out all the time. Retweet, comments, every picture. Is it gonna be white here? Okay, that's enough. Let's wrap it up. Next time on Shelter, the most tragic bark story. Now I'll just leave this here for a hot second so it'll be easier to find, so that that will be the title of my next video, whenever that comes out. Which will be maybe a month in the future when the next visual update comes out. Maybe a couple. And then a month on top of that for when I can actually post it. Again, finally here. Be prepared for anything except expect the unexpected. And never let your bark down. So everything that has happened appears as you will. Oh, would I want to do all this stuff? Because it might just be a quick thing. Because, like, it's weird that some of these things, like, finish Cooper's rescue mission, turn them in. But, like, how is the rodent man still available to us? Maybe I'll just ask that in the things. I mean, I guess you don't have to listen to me type all this stuff. So anyways, comment, guys, like, comments, if you like, dislike, tips, 6 always. If you like my YouTube and would like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the rest epic girl, and please respect your apples. It's been tired today. To help control the pet population, I've been painting and reading a lot. And also yesterday I had to I didn't have to socialize, but I wanted to, and I had chicken Alfredo pizza. And if you want to play this game, available for free on the channel. But if you want to get the most up-to-date version and or help the people that make this game, Patreon, $5 a month, 50 a year. I need to say not 54 because there's another visual novel that has $5 a month, but 54 a year. And until next time, let's make GamerWolfSix of Shelter. I do a side play with these things. I know. Thanks, see ya.